Hi, my name is Reverend Kinsie Tate, and I'm the Executive Director of Restore Clergy, which is an organization whose mission is to help clergy increase resiliency so that they may have faithful and sustainable ministries. One thing that I'm trying out is talking about how I feel God is speaking to me in some of the devotionals that I'm doing. I talked last time about how during this Lent in 2024, I am adding in, trying to be more intentional about doing daily devotionals. Just something short, something that is doable, something that helps me to be intentional about listening to what God is saying and what God is speaking into my life so that I can be faithful to that. And one thing that came up, which was really interesting, is I was reading this daily devotional about Joseph, and this day was about Joseph when he is imprisoned after Potiphar's puts him in prison, and so he's interpreting the dreams of the Pharaoh's cupbearer and the Pharaoh's baker. And when he interprets the dream for the cupbearer, one thing he says, it is Genesis 40, verse 14. He says, "But remember me when it is well with you. Please do me the kindness to make mention of me to Pharaoh, and so to get me out of this place." So the daily devotional, the way that they took it is they were talking about how we can serve in our waiting. And okay, that's great. But what was interesting to me is what I took from that is we can also ask for help in our waiting. And I think so often we lift up in Christianity this idea of the suffering servant. And for me as a mental health professional, I think a lot of times that comes from codependence. It's from this place of, I want you to rescue me. I want you to tell me how wonderful I am. And those things, like telling people how wonderful they are, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But it's when we need that. It's when we need other people to recognize how much we're doing, how hard we're working, all of those kinds of things, when it becomes problematic. Because then we are doing things, our motivation a lot of times comes out of getting other people to recognize what we're doing rather than from this place of abundance, from this place of service that I think God does call us to, but not the suffering servant side. I firmly believe that Jesus Christ died for our sins, and so that he'd made the ultimate sacrifice, and there was enough suffering on the cross that we don't need to continue this archetype of being the Christian suffering servant. So that's my take on this today. Take from it what you will. In Restore Clergy, in the restoration program, the cohort program, we really do try to look at things in the way that we interpret them and how the lenses of what we were taught when we were growing up might be impacting how we're interpreting things. So I hope this was helpful for you today. Thank you.